What's going on, guys? Got another comic book haul video for you. Got a short one this time, about 18 books I think. I got all these for $1 from A+ Comics and Collectibles in Lexington, Kentucky. They have two stores. This was from their second location. I can't remember the address of it. They have two down there. But each location is really fun. Each location has tons of dollar books. I think I went through the other location and showed my haul from there a few videos ago. So I went to their other location since I hadn't been there in 6 or 7 months or so. So I picked up all these for $1. They have about, 15, 16 long boxes full of dollar books. They're not organized at all, so it makes for great digging. So if you're ever in the area, check them out for sure. And they have new books and toys and pops and all that fun stuff too. But I go there for the dollar books almost exclusively. I did check out the regular back issues, but I didn't pick anything up from those, just the dollar books. So we'll go ahead and get started here with the classic Valiant book from the early 90s. This is Bloodshot number 7. I think this is the first cover appearance in Ninjak. I think his first appearance was in Bloodshot 6, and then this is his first cover appearance. So it doesn't go for anything, but these Valiant books are really nostalgic for me. They were super popular back in the early 90s. If you can get the pre-Unity books, like the early ones, like the early Rye issues and the early, what was the other one? I know Harbinger 1's probably the most valuable one now. But they all went for like, 40, 50, 60 bucks back in those days, and they were, all over the Wizard top 10, so trying to slowly piece those together. So I was happy to find number 7. Excuse me, my dog just sneezed. Next, we got another fun crossover here. I've never seen this one before. It's Fusion number 1. Looks like it's a crossover between Top Cow and Marvel. You got Iron Man on the cover there. I'm not sure who the lady is. Maybe from Hunter Killer? I don't know. But it looks like it's crossover. It's a Cyber Force, Hunter Killer. Those are the Image properties, the Top Cow properties. And then you've got the Avengers and Thunderbolts as the Marvel books. So I do like my crossovers between the different publishers. So like I said, I've never seen this one before, so I was happy to find it and pick it up. Next, I was really happy to find this. This is Deathblow number 1. This is the Stephen Platt variant, I think. Yeah, it's got the 2 there in the barcode. So you can tell that's not the first, or the main cover, I guess. That's how you can tell. I'm not sure what the main cover looks like, but this is the Stephen Platt cover. Another, Image guy. Did very popular work back in the day. And he did a few covers after he left Image. So I'm just slowly trying to piece all those together. I'm missing one of his, the Moon Knight, the big book, and that one's number 57 with the Spider-Man 300 homage. So I'm probably not going to find that one in the dollar bin, but I would be more than happy if I did. But I'd never seen this one before in the wild. I saw it on eBay. I've seen it on eBay, and I've had it on my watch list just to see if it ever goes down. I think you get it online for like between $5 and $10, I think. So, but I don't want to pay shipping because then it turns into a $15 or $20 book. So, just kind of have it on there to remind myself it exists. And then, like I said, this is the first time I'd found it in the wild. So, I was really happy to find it for $1. And the date looks like it's from December 06. So, almost 15, 16, 17 years ago now, or 16, I guess. But pretty cool. Then got another cool Stephen Platt book. This is Bad Rock 1B. It's got Liefeld and Mr. Platt on there. So I don't know if I guess probably Liefeld did the pencils, and then Platt did the colors on there. I'm gonna open it up. I know a lot of these Image books have double covers, but no, that's not. That's just a Warlock video game. But yeah, I don't know. Let me open this up. I want to see. Liefeld did the pencils too, so I guess Platt just did the cover, because that's some definite Liefeld goodness there on the inside. Can't beat that. Nothing screams 90s like some Liefeld splash pages. I love it. So I was happy to find that. I think there's one more Badrock book that I'm looking for. I don't remember if Platt did the pencil. I think he might have done the pencils on one of them. I'm not sure. Or maybe McFarlane inked one of them. I don't know. But I think there's one more I'm looking for. Some more Wildstorm / Image goodness. This is Wildcats #1. I got this one. I had the J. Scott Campbell cover, but I've never seen this one before. But it caught my eye. It's Grifter, and then it's got Mad. So it's Joe Madureira doing the cover art on this one. And I guess this is the main cover. It's got the one next to it. So I guess that the Campbell one. Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. We've got a little cover gallery in the back. So you got Jim Lee up there doing Spartan, Arthur Adams doing Zealot. That's cool. Oh, that Simon Bisley is awesome. What was that guy's name? Warblade? That is sweet. Yeah. And there's that J. Scott Campbell, Joe Madureira, and then Humberto Ramos doing the other one. And then it looks like they've got Travis Charest. Never heard of him, but those are all really cool covers. Definitely going to keep my eye out for that Bisley one. The Jim Lee one's pretty cool too. So yeah, I was happy to find that. And then another Jim Lee cover here. Got a Gen 13. What's this? Gen 13 #1. I guess. I don't know if this is it says Divine Intervention up top. I guess that was another book he did, right? So I don't know if this is a crossover or not, or if this is like volume 1 or volume 2. Okay, it's just Divine Intervention, Gen 13 #1. So it must have been a crossover. So it's, Divine Right, I guess that's the other. Divine Right, that was the other series that I was thinking of. So this must be a crossover between Divine Right and Gen 13. So just cool. It's cool to see Jim Lee doing the Gen 13 covers. That was him and J. Scott Campbell's creation back in the early 90s, of course. And I was looking, see, Scott Williams did the inks. Jim Lee did not do the pencils on the inside, but cover's really cool, so can't beat that. Alright, and next stack of books here, some more nostalgia. This thing, if you guys remember this is awesome. So this is Superman Man of Steel #30. It's polybagged. Unfortunately, the polybag is opened, but it looks like all those decals are still there. So it actually works better for showing you guys. I'm sure you all remember it, but if you don't, let me open it up here. Because a lot of times you'll see these in the dollar bins, but they don't have the full card there. So, oh, and somebody already knows this one doesn't either, but so these things, you probably can't tell on the camera, these are stickers, and you can like decorate your own, put your own, create your own cover, I guess. And then this is the page full of stickers with Superman and Lobo and all the sound effects and everything. So they must have gotten those peeled off already. So I'm gonna keep looking for a full unused version of this so I can make it my own, and that will be outstanding. But I was really happy to find that. Usually when I find these in the wild still, they don't have the any of the stickers with them still. They've all been used. So I was really excited to find this one, even though it's been used a little bit, but that's okay. I've still got plenty of stickers to have fun with. Another Superman book, this Quest for Peace adaptation. It's got, what was that guy's name? Nuclear Man on there. I think Superman 4, might have been the first Superman movie I saw, because it came out in, like mid to late 80s, I guess. So that's when I was coming of age in the comic book and the superhero stuff. So I think this was probably the first one I'd seen, and it is terrible, but very nostalgic, so I had to pick that one up for $1. It's a pretty thick book too. It's nice, square bound, but good times. And I picked up this Run #3. I picked up, I picked up the first one from the other location of A Plus, Comics and Collectibles. I think this is a 6-issue miniseries. Yeah, 3 of 6. It says up there. Freddie Williams II did the interiors on all of these, so he's one of the artists that I discovered after, because he did a lot of the covers and art on the Batman and Ninja Turtles stuff. So that's how I discovered him, and I'm just trying to put together some of the runs that he did. He got a start on DC, so a lot of his early stuff is Robin, and he did a couple of Green Arrows, but he did a good chunk of Robin. Speaking of which, I think this is the only issue of Red Robin he did, so that's why I picked that one up. And this one's written by Fabian Nicieza. I'm not sure if that's pronounced right, but the co-creator of Deadpool with Mr. Rob Liefeld, so he's obviously a very talented man. And then with Mr. Freddie Williams doing the pencils on this, how could I say no to that? So I was happy to find that. And last DC only book here, speaking of nostalgia, this is Detective Comics 659. This is the second chapter of Nightfall, and I don't think that's Bane on the cover there. It's just some goofy wrestler dude just pounding away on poor Batman with teddy bears in the background and a Rubik's Cube. But I needed this for my Nightfall run, and it was a newsstand, so I was happy about that. That's cool. The old newsstands, they have the date on there, so May 11th, 1993. So you can actually see when the actual newsstand date was. So that was cool. So I'm just trying to piece the Nightfall run together. I think I've got most of the later issues, and you can find almost all of these in the dollar bin, even the Batman 497, where Bane breaks Batman's back. I think I found a newsstand version of that in the dollar bin. I need the one with the what do you call that? I don't know. The foldy thing on the side. It's not half a gatefold, maybe. I don't know. Anyway. Next, got another one of these fun Amalgam books here. This is the Exciting X Patrol #1. I think there's 2 different versions. I don't know if there's another X Patrol cover I've seen before. It's got somebody that looks like Farrell from X-Force jumping out, popping out from the cover. So I'm not sure if that's an alternate cover, or that might be like the Amazing X Patrol, or it might just be X Patrol, the adjectiveless X Patrol. But I like finding these Amalgam comics. Like I said, I like the crossover stuff, and this was when DC and Marvel crossed over some of their creations. So I guess this is the X-Men and Patrol. Who the Patrol be? I don't know. Legion of Superheroes maybe, or Doom Patrol. That's who it is. Yeah, Doom Patrol and X-Men crossover. And then I'm not very familiar with Doom Patrol. So I haven't read this one yet, so I'm not sure which characters they take and switch up or anything, but it's a fun read. So I was happy to find that. And then I got this Sojourn #21. This was the last one I needed for the full run. I've been able to find all of these in the dollar bins or 50-cent bins. It's a fun read though. Greg Land did the art on most of them, in the interiors and the covers. He did not do this one. It looks like it's Luke Ross, but Ron Mars, he wrote most of this series. I think it went 34 issues. It's just kind of fun little, there's not a ton of magic in it. There's a little bit of magic, so it's kind of like Sword and Sorcery with like some Robin Hood mixed in. So it's just a fun little, adventure read. And I really picked it up mostly for the Greg Land art. I really like him, and like I said, he did the interiors on on most of the issues. So I was happy to find this one to complete my collection, or to complete the run. Next, got a New Humans book. This is early Ron Lim stuff. This is I'm pretty sure a blatant ripoff of the X-Men. It's from the X-Mutants, so this is a spin-off of the X-Mutants. So Ron Lim did a lot of the X-Mutants stuff, and this is just a spin-off of that, where he did it looks like a wraparound cover, kind of. Oh, that's cool. Is that Ron Lim? Yeah, so that's Ron Lim, and then That's a really cool back cover. I think I like that one more. The sexy Pied Piper lady. I guess Pied Piper Comics. Look at me. Can't get nothing past me. So that's cool. Yeah, and he did the interiors on this as well. And this is all black and white on the inside. So you can really see Ron Lim's pencil work on that. So happy to find that. Next, I picked up a couple of these weird lawyer comics. My day job is a lawyer, so anytime I find weird lawyer stuff in the comic books, I will pick that up. You don't see it a ton other than, you know, Daredevil, but it's weird, I don't think of Daredevil as a lawyer. He's a superhero, so that's why I like him. But I did like him in the She-Hulk show. And the She-Hulk show, of course, was all about a lawyer, so I really enjoyed that as well. But this is just some weird Wolf and Beard Counselors of the Macabre. So I found number 5 and number 7. I haven't read these yet. I'm not sure how long they ran. I did find one of the issues, a later issue, when I was in Chicago last year, taking the bar actually. That was the first time I became aware of these, so I had to pick it up because I was in Chicago to take the bar and, you know, lawyer comic, so double whammy there. Alright, and then the last 2 books are probably the funniest ones, I think. I've got this Aberrant Season 2, number 5. It's got the Wienermobile on the cover there, and you can see this is the special meat wagon variant. And I don't think, it's not officially licensed because it doesn't say Oscar Mayer, but it, what does it say, 2020 Meat Company, you can't beat our meat. Ayo! So, that was fun. And then the last one, probably my favorite, Aberrant number 1. This is, it doesn't say anything fun, it just says limited variant, but it's got Billy D on there saying, Aberrant works every time. So I bet he's holding the regular cover, and then this is the better, awesomer variant cover with Billy D on there. So I don't know, is there a wraparound? Maybe there's like Colt 45 on the background, on the back cover. No, some zombie tramp thing. Colt 45 was actually the first beer I bought when I turned 21. I went to a gas station like at 12:01 on my 21st birthday and bought a Colt 45. And I don't know if I was able to finish it all because those things are disgusting. But if Billy D's hawking something, I'll at least give it a shot. So I've never seen these before, either of these Aberrant books. I think Action Lab, I think they're the ones that publish those Karate Kid books, the Karate Kid parody books that I showed a couple videos ago. I think that's them. So I will continue to support them if I can find them for cheap and their funny Billy D or Karate Kid covers. So that's going to do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the haul, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.